Good afternoon, 6th grade math students. Tonight we will be learning about using exponents. Now some of you have been asking about what that itty bitty teeny tiny number is on the top of another number. Well, it's simple. It's an exponent. So today we're going to use exponents to simplify expressions. So here is an example. We have write 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 using an exponent. So it's actually quite simple. The base number is the 3, and I now need to look at how many times is the number 3 multiplied. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So my exponent is going to be 4. Here is what it looks like. 3 to the power of 4. So I'm multiplying 3 times itself 4 separate times. Write each expression using an exponent. Name the base and then the exponent. So for 3 and 94 hundredths times 3 and 94 hundredths, my base number is this number right here, 3 and 94 hundredths. My exponent is how many times it is multiplied together. There's 1 here and 1 there. That's 2 times. So my exponent is 2. So my base number is 3 and 94 hundredths, and my exponent is 2. Let's look at number 2. 7 times 7 times 7. I see that I have the number 7 multiplied 3 times. So my base number is 7, and my exponent is 3, because there's 1, 2, 3 of them. For number 3, we don't have numbers, we have a variable this time. A times A times A times A. So my base number is the variable A, and let me count how many times I multiply A by itself. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4 of them. So my exponent would be 4. So it's A to the 4th power. Write the number 9,572 in expanded form using powers of 10. Now, this gets a little more trickier. I know that we have learned expanded form in the past. So I'm going to start by writing my number in expanded form. 9,572. I have 9,000 plus 500 plus 70 plus 2. That's written in expanded form. But what we haven't learned yet are the powers of 10. So this is where it gets a little trickier, so I'm going to try to slow down just a little bit, and I really need you to pay attention very carefully to this part. So let's look at one number at a time. 9,000. I know that a 9 is in the thousands place, so the first set of numbers is going to be 9. Now I need to think. 9 times what number is 9,000? Well, that's not too hard. 9 times 1,000 is 9,000. So, but I'm not looking at times 1,000. I need to write it with a power of 10. What this means is I'm going to be using exponents. And it's quite easy. I have the number 1,000 here. So I keep the 10 right here. How many zeros are there? Well, 1, 2, 3. 3 zeros. That's where my exponent comes in. No, don't start counting after the 10, because that's going to be wrong. It's not that. Keep the 10, and then how many total zeros are there in the entire number? That's where you get the exponent. So the next number. Okay, so now I need to look at the next number. The next number is the 500. So I keep the 5, bring the 5 right here. I have 5 right here. Now 5 times what number is 500? 5 times 100 is 500. So again, I keep my power of 10, so I write times 10. How many zeros are there in the entire problem? There's 2. So I write 2 as my exponent. So it's 10 to the second power. Then look at my next number, 70. 7 is my number. 7 times 10 is 70. So I have 10. How many zeros are in 10? There's 1. So I'm going to put 1 as my exponent. Then 2 times 1. You don't need any zeros on that one. So let's try it. Let's just give this a try and see how well we do. I have 54,607. First step is to simply write it in expanded form. We have done this before. So 50,000 plus 4,000 plus 600 plus 7. Now I need to break it down further and turn it into powers of 10. So my first number is 50,000. So again, I'm going to keep the 5. 5 times 10 to the what power? I know in 50,000 there are 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. So my exponent is going to be 4. Now I need to add, because this is just gets dropped right down. Keep the 4 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3rd power. There's 3 zeros, so it's the 3rd power. Plus 6 times 10 to the 1, 2. 2nd power. Plus 7 times 1, because 7 times 1 is 7. Okay, don't let this confuse you. When you get to your homework, go back to this part in the video and simply try it. That's what we want to see. We want to see effort here. I know this is confusing. Simply try it and we will go over it tomorrow in class. So now we're going to work on simplifying each expression. So we know that the base number is 2, the exponent is 5 into the 5th power. I'm going to take the number 2 and we multiply it by itself 5 times. Let me make sure I wrote the correct number of 2's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have my 5 2's. So I need to take 2 times 2, which is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 times 2 is 32. So that means 2 to the 5th power is 32. Now don't think it is 2 times 5. If you try to do 2 times 5, you will end up with 10, and that is not the correct answer. Let's try the next one. 3 to the 4th power. I know because 3 is my base number and 4 is my exponent, I need to multiply 3 by itself 4 times. So 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. 27 times 3 is 64. So I took 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times this 3 is 27. 27 times this 3 is 64. So my answer is 64. Now I have 1 and 1/10 to the 3rd power. 1 and 1/10 is my base number. 3 is my exponent. So I have 1 and 1/10 times 1 and 1/10 times 1 and 1/10. So I need to multiply it out. 1 times 1, a lot of times the easiest way to do this is, surprisingly enough, with a calculator. So let's learn how to use a calculator on these types of problems. So let me pull up my handy dandy calculator here. Now a lot of times with the scientific calculator or sometimes with the normal calculator, this is not that difficult. I simply need to plug in the base number. In this case, it's 1.1. Oops, not 11.1. 1 and 1/10. Then I need to enter in my exponent. In order to do this, I'll look for the symbol that's the x with the y right here, this one right there. So I need to hit that key right there. Then I hit the key for the exponent. My exponent is 3. So I enter in 3, enter, and that tells me that 1 and 1/10 to the third power is 1 and 331 thousandths. Not too complicated. Using exponents in order of operation. Now we know that we have practiced order of operation before. We remember it by please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Parentheses, exponents. Hey, there's our exponents that we're learning. Multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So we know with order of operations we do the P first, the parentheses. So I need to look at my parentheses. In my parentheses I have 7 to the power of 2 plus 18 divided by 2. Well, can't quite do the parentheses until I do everything else inside the parentheses. And so I need to look at my exponent there. What is 7 to the second power? Well, I know that 7 to the second power is 7 times 7. And 7 times 7 is 49. So I have 49 plus 18 divided by 2. 18 divided by 2 is 9. Now I can do my parentheses because I have taken care of everything inside the parentheses. All of these separate equations inside the parentheses. So 49 plus 9 is 58. Now everything outside of that, we only have the multiplication. So 58 times 3. 8 times 3 is 24. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 2 is 17. So that means my answer is 174. Okay, now it's your turn to try it. On page 101, your job is to complete numbers 1 through 3, 10 through 12, and 16 through 18. And I know that you guys are all going to ace it. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow in class. Make sure you come see us with questions.